Well, the Bombay High Court has upheld the Maharashtra government's law to ban slaughter of bulls and bullocks, but has held as unconstitutional the ban on possession of beef. Now, a division bench rejected a plea by the state to stay the part of the judgment that decriminalized the possession of beef. Megha as well as Kajal are reporting on this. Megha, take us through what we are learning as far as this is concerned. Now, what we are understanding right now is that the possession of beef has been decriminalized, but the ban on slaughter of these animals still remains in place.
Well, yes, first, of course, what has happened in the Bombay High Court today is that the Bombay High Court has upheld the amendment to the Maharashtra Animal Preservation Act. So that basically means, and for viewers of us to understand, what it means is that the ban on the slaughter of course, cow, including bulls and bullocks, actually now continues. It will continue. The constitutional validity of the amendment has been upheld by the Bombay High Court, which means the ban continues in the state of Maharashtra. But the good news is that the Bombay High Court has struck down a certain section, which is section 5D, which was dealing with the possession of this meat. And earlier, of course, with the ban that was put in place last year, it just meant that if you're possessing meat, then you can be prosecuted and you can be sent to jail for 1 year. There could be a fine levied on you. So that, of course, has been watered down because 5D has been struck down by the Bombay High Court, which now means that you can possess beef, but then you need to be very clear of one thing, that the beef has come from an animal that has not been slaughtered in the state of Maharashtra. So you can import beef, you can get it from other states, and that will not be criminal. But if you are possessing beef, when you knowingly that the animal has been slaughtered in the state of Maharashtra, then of course you can be penalized for the same. But the onus for that to prove whether you know that the animal has been slaughtered in the state of Maharashtra or not is, of course, clearly lies on the state. So the state has to prove that you are in conscious possession of a particular piece of meat, knowingly that the animal from where this meat has come was slaughtered in the state of Maharashtra, because slaughtering is still illegal. That is why that's the order that has come from the Bombay High Court. So Kajal was there. She's been there all through the hearing for the past 1 year that the hearing's been on. Kajal, for people who will not understand these sections, the good news is that you can eat beef in Maharashtra, just that there are certain conditions on it.
Yes, of course. First of all, the beef that you eat, the animal should not have been slaughtered here in Maharashtra. You can possess beef. Of course, earlier there were cases where police would arrest you if you were found in possession of meat that was beef, and there were certain penal provisions that had been put in place in the act that the Maharashtra government had passed. But now these penal provisions have been completely struck down. 5D was about possession and 9B was about criminalizing the possession of beef. Both these have been struck down, and they have actually said that you can possess beef. Now, what would be interesting is this entire aspect that you mentioned about conscious possession, that it should not be from the state of Maharashtra. How the state is going to try and figure out that whether the beef that is possessed by a person is actually not from a cow or a cow progeny that has been slaughtered in Maharashtra. Will they ask for bills to be produced? Will they ask for some sort of proof that you have got it from somewhere else? Will it be something like the system that is in place in some states with respect to alcohol permits? What exactly is the state going to do with this? That is something we'll have to wait to see in the coming days.
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a grey area, and once the order is out, maybe we'll have a little more of clarity on this aspect.
All right, Megha as well as Kajal, I'll just come back to you for more clarity on that. In fact, the other aspect of it is whether import of beef now is going to be valid. Stay with us. We'll talk about that, but let's listen into some reactions that we're getting from outside the High Court now.
The court has said that the act itself is not bad. So court has upheld the constitutional validity of the act. But two provisions which the court has struck down is section 5D and section 9B of the said act. 5D essentially would mean that the import, which was banned by the act, that the court has struck down, and 9B would mean that the offense, which means the person if imports the beef, he was supposed to be prosecuted under 9B. Those are the penal provisions related to 5D. That has been struck down by the court. So rest of the act, the court says, and court has read down even 5C to mean that the person who is in possession of the beef, he should be in conscious possession, which would mean that he must know what he is possessing is the slaughtered animal's beef, which is banned under the act.
देखिए पोजीशन अलाउड है, लेकिन आप स्लॉटर नहीं कर सकते, आप बेच नहीं सकते, तो पोजीशन का मतलब क्या है? अगर आप जाहिर है कि इंपोर्ट तो नहीं कर सकते, बीफ इतनी चीप चीज़ है कि इसको इंपोर्ट करके यहाँ बेचना तो फिर कोई ख़रीदेगा नहीं, इतना कॉस्टली हो जाएगा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वगैरह मिलाकर। तो इसका मैं समझता हूँ कि पोजीशन आप काट नहीं सकते, बेच नहीं सकते, लेकिन पोजीशन में रख सकते हैं, तो कुछ मीनिंगलेस चीज़ है ये। और हमने जो भी ये रिट पिटीशन दाखिल किया था वो इसलिए दाखिल किया था कि इतने बरसों से जनरेशन से जो लोग ये बिज़नेस कर रहे थे, गवर्नमेंट ने अचानक उसको बंद कर दिया, ठीक है, लेकिन उसके साथ उनको कोई सुविधा नहीं दी है, कोई कंपनसेशन नहीं दिया है, उनके लिए कोई प्रोग्राम या कुछ वो नहीं रखा है कि ताकि जो लोग भी लाखों लोग बेरोजगार हुए हैं महाराष्ट्र में, और ये जो भी खटीक या कुरैशी कम्युनिटी है जो इस कारोबार से मुंसलिक है, वो बहुत ही बिछड़ा हुआ वर्ग है समाज का, वो रोज़ कुआं खोदना, रोज़ पानी पीना, ऐसी उनकी स्थिति होती है। तो इसके साथ साथ गवर्नमेंट ने अचानक बैन किया था, उनके लिए कोई सुविधा नहीं रखी थी। अब जो कुछ भी ये वर्डिक्ट आया है, ये 50% हमारे लिए बड़े खुशी की बात है, चलो थोड़ा तो इसमें वो हुआ है, लेकिन हमें पूरी कोशिश ये होती कि अगर ये पूरा बैंड हट जाता, हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि हायर कोर्ट में जाएं और इसके लिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इसको हटाने की कोशिश करेंगे।
Megha, if I could come back to you now, what we're understanding is that the import of beef is now allowed. So in a sense, the consumption of imported beef is allowed in the state of Maharashtra. Is that the sense that we're getting from this verdict now?
Well, as far as businesses are concerned, what we can tell you is that if, the order from whatever we've been able to understand till now, and even at this moment, there are different versions that are coming out from different lawyers, so we are waiting to see the written copy of the order. But what we have understood in the court is this, that it is legal to import beef from outside the state of Maharashtra. So you can import beef from other places, which could, that meat could actually belong to cow, that meat could belong to bulls and bullocks. It is fine, but you will not be using meat that has been sourced by slaughtering animals within the state of Maharashtra, because in the state of Maharashtra, the amendment to the Maharashtra Animal Preservation Act has been upheld, its constitutional validity has been upheld, so slaughtering is still illegal, is still banned. What you can do is you can source the meat from outside, and that you need to be in a position to prove that you have sourced it from outside. Hence, it will not be criminal anymore to possess meat that you have brought in from the state outside.
Also now, Kajal, I'd like to ask you, you were inside the courtroom. When you get that meat from outside, the onus to prove that this meat is not from the state of Maharashtra, that the cow or the bull was not slaughtered, lies on you, or it lies on the state to prove it against you?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Megha, what I was asking Kajal is that if you import beef or any other product and you consume it, you need to prove to the state that it was imported from outside, it's not been slaughtered in Maharashtra. Now the onus to prove that, does it lie on the state or does it lie on the individual?
Well, Kajal, the question, of course, is that it is a bit tricky, right? For the state, for this particular provision that the court has now said that the onus lies on the state of Maharashtra, on the government to prove whether you have sourced this meat from within the state or outside the state. So it is on the state to prove before a court of law that you have indulged in some criminal act because you have sourced it from outside. It's not on the person who is possessing the beef to prove it to the state that he has it, he's sourced from outside, right?
Well, that is precisely how it seems to have played out in the court, and now it means that whenever you do some, makes it very similar to other criminal acts. It's always, the onus is always on the prosecution to prove that you have committed this criminal act. So you have to do that, and also the defense that the person needs to be prepared with, of course, is to show that this cow or this beef that they have is not from a cow that was slaughtered here in Maharashtra. That is something, the proof that a person can can show and get away with it. In fact, what used to happen till now, of course, was that if someone went and complained about you having been in possession of beef, the police would directly arrest you and fine you or prosecute you. And it was only later on when the test results or the lab results came that the action was scaled down. But now the onus will be on the state to prove that you are actually in possession of beef
Yes.
which has been slaughtered here in Maharashtra before taking action against you.
So that's, that of course I think has been made amply clear, but we
Okay.
are still waiting to understand as far as
All right.
business is concerned, the selling of beef
right.
and what happens to the people who have, whose livelihood is from, selling beef, what happens to that. So those
Okay.
provisions we'll wait for the written order to come and
Okay,
then see.
of course, as Megha is pointing out, we'll have to wait and watch for the entire judgment to come out to be able to make more sense of it. For the moment, thank you very much, Kajal and Megha, for joining us.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.